Hey, it's Ruth Finsway with Spanish Curriculum powered by Sombrero Time. And I'm here with the lovely Evelyn DeRuz, who is talking to us. She's a psychotherapist, and she is talking to us about the nervous system. And we got an overview in the last video. So if you didn't catch that, go back. But she's going to be telling us a little bit more about how the nervous system is either helping us connect or alarming us, and it makes it harder to connect. And we've had a lot of connection here in the home, togetherness, but that doesn't always mean it's connection. It's good quality connection. Togetherness and connection are not always equated together. So help us learn how to connect better, because it's so important. Evelyn, talk to us about this.
Yes. Well, that's a really good thing to think about, is that just because we're together, sometimes the connection is harder and worse. And the nervous system gives us some little insights into that. So I thought we'd talk first about the mobilization circuit in our nervous system. And that's known most commonly as the fight or flight system. So, it's like your smoke alarm goes off and rah, 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 or somebody's security alarm on their car, and it's really noisy, and your heart rate goes up, your breathing increases, and the blood flow gets to your extremities to get you ready to get out of there. Leave the building, whatever you need to do, grab what you need, if you are able to have a little bit of social engagement, grab your kids, grab your loved ones.
Yeah.
But the fear that is going on is actually makes connection more challenging. So fight or flight, we often just think in terms of fear and anger, but there's maybe an increase in irritability and touchiness, those kinds of things. But I also want to say that while fight and flight helps save our lives, there is another side to, well, not necessarily another side, but what we might think of as a very positive aspect to our mobilization system. So this is when we're excited, when we're enjoying being together, when we're experiencing joy and elation. And so the positive emotions that lift up our countenance, our faces, that lift up our spirits, our language has these interesting things. So both of those are a mobilization, an activation within our nervous system. So I want you to know both sides of that.
Yeah.
And in future time, we'll talk more about joy and what that means socially. But for right now, realizing that when we are activated, we may be in that fight or flight where we're not at all able to be at our best for social engagement. Or we may be so full of energy and so excited that we're bugging people, we're annoying them. They're like, quit it, would you calm down? And we're so different in how much we want that activation. And within, if you're living alone, if you're with just one other person or with an extended family, the reality is that we're all very different in how much activation we actually appreciate and how much of a challenge it is for us.
Well, didn't we just have an example of this? I mean, we were in conversation about, the nervous system, and in the background, friends, we hear this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And my son, Josh, who, I mean, if we want to dip into the Enneagram a little bit, because Evelyn's an expert there too, he's my 8, right? He's powerhouse. And I'm a 7, so I'm like, where's the party happening? Like, woohoo! All to find out he finished his freshman year today. Like, I don't know. This all online school, it's like a little cuckoo for me, but today was the day he finished all of his assignments. Everything's in, and he's super stoked, and he got a great GPA, and he's super proud. So he's like doing the holler. So, I mean, that fits in the category, right? Like, this is what we're talking about.
And I noticed behind you well, I knew, but there's a happy birthday sign. So celebration is another mobilization. You know, you want to dance, you want to shout, you want to turn around, you want to jump up and down, all of those things. Very healthy, very positive. And not that fight flight is not healthy. But again, the thing to recognize is that when we want to connect, we need to have sensitivity to variations that we have. And so for you, that when you heard that whoop, you thought, woo, what is that? Where's the party? And I thought, is that a siren? So
And it's just so important to remember that like we internalize these signals in different ways. Like
there,
that is so that's been so huge for me in this whole Enneagram journey is wow, like you are seeing this world through a really, really different filter. Not that I didn't think that different people had different perspectives and thoughts, but the whole idea that like all the information coming in is through a different filter has been so helpful for me. So that's your tidbit today. Take a breath. That fight or flight can go elation, joy, celebration, and stress, like protective, right? Is that how you would define
the fight or flight is protective.
protective?
Absolute protective, survival, very necessary. But where we're headed is how do we help achieve homeostasis or balance communally? How do we help one another live in balance and harmony? So I'm a 9 in the Enneagram. I love harmony. Let's all get along. We're in this together.
That's so awesome. All right, stay tuned to the next circuitry conversation on the
vagus nerve.
There we go. Stay tuned.